Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm the Defective Butcher, and thank you for tuning in to this week's review. Today, we're taking a look at the Diamond Selects Iron Giant. But wait a minute, Jimmy, haven't you already reviewed this figure? Yes, I have. And that video is not up to snuff, man. I am ashamed of that video. It is a poor video, and I've been wanting to redo it ever since. So, here I am. Today we're re-looking at this guy, and I promise it's not because I'm hurting for content. But because I am hurting for content, I might redo some of my older reviews just to get them up to snuff. To also act as filler as well. So, yes, this is the Iron Giant from the movie The Iron Giant. And yeah, this is actually one of my absolute favorite figures right here. I have zero fault with this thing. I love it to pieces. Actually, that's not entirely true. I do have some gripes with this thing. Alright, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the paint, and as you can see, this thing just looks like he hopped right out of the movie. It looks so good, dude. He looks fantastic. A lot of it is helped along with this dull gray that he's just painted in to really give him that appearance of like, oh well, this is cartoon metal, and it really works. And I know they do a variant, or they did do a variant of him that was actually supposed to be kind of shiny to actually look like iron, and I'm not for the real world interpretation of this figure. No sir, this is how he looks. And I will not accept any other variation of it. The paint just looks so good. No matter what angle you look at him from, he is painted beautifully. And honestly, I could just look at him all day long. He looks really good. And then you get down to the feet, and the legs are mostly the same. Everything is mostly the same after you get past the knees. So we're just going to focus on the upper body for the paint portion, because again, it's the same once you get past a certain point. But yeah, really, he's made up of like 4 colors, 3 variations of gray, and then these 2 yellow spots for the eyes. And the yellow on the eyes actually looks quite good, if I'm being honest. Like, this figure looks really decent, man. I'm gonna go ahead and give paint a gold star, because he looks fantastic. The paint is simple, yet it perfectly encapsulates what this figure is all about. He doesn't need any weathering or anything like that. He is who he is. He is who he chooses to be. And who he chooses to be is a good representation of the character from the show. I wish he could do a thumbs up, because I would make him do a thumbs up, absolutely. I wish the fingers were articulated, but they're not. Unlike what they showed in the promo images where the fingers were articulated, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So let's go ahead and move on to detail. As previously mentioned, this guy, pretty freaking movie accurate. I mean, with the exception of this, which, my goodness, there's a switch in a battery cover. Oh, what does that do? Well, let's go ahead and turn off some lights here. Bada bing, bada boom. Turn off that light. Turn off this light here. Flip on this switch. And as you can see, there's a light in the head. And that makes his eyes light up. And it is absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and get a zoom in on that. Camera guy, you seeing this? Oh, I wish I could better capture how this looks, man. It looks freaking beautiful. The camera kind of makes it look a little too bright, but I promise you, it's not all that bright. It's pretty dim. I don't know why this camera's overblowing it. Realistically, that's about how dim it is. But I don't know why it's overdoing the brightness. But yeah, it looks pretty dang good. But this does compromise a couple things, but we'll get into it in the articulation segment. So let's go ahead and do that. So yeah, my dude is just really hard to capture for some reason. You can freeze frame almost any point in the movie, and he will look this accurate. From the rivets all around his abdomen, you know, his pectorals here, the rivets around his hips, his crotch, and even his waist, his back, everything just looks so accurate. Even this, look at this. Ooh, that is beautiful. It's got piston work, which I don't know whether I should put that into articulation or if I should put that here. But I'm gonna go ahead and put it here, man. And then you look at the feet, and they look accurate too. This thing is just a wonderland of things. But wait a minute, there's more. We got accessories galore, dude. So in case you thought having a movie accurate Iron Giant wasn't enough, we end up getting actually 6 things that come with him. So we get this, the Sandwich Shop S that he ends up wearing like it, the Superman logo. You get a Hogarth with a screw in his bum. Haha, funny. There's a reason for that. We'll get into it in a moment. You get two of these hands. So they're kind of like just gripper hands. I don't know why you get these, but they look decent and it's appreciated. I don't know exactly what those are for anyway. And then you get 2 karate chop hands. So, like, these aren't exactly karate chop hands. It's just what I call them. But yes, this is what you get, and it looks freaking neat. It looks really good, and I can't hate it at all, man. I absolutely adore this thing. Taking off the hands is easy as pie. You just pull it out of the socket, like so, and then you put in your desired hand. Like so. Oh, get in there. Thank you. And they hold nice positions. Like they're actually sturdy. And once again, you get this thingy, and how you attach it is you do long side up. Long side on the top. Bam, like that. And now, he's wearing that. And then, as previously mentioned, Hogarth has a screw in his bum. And that's so he can sit atop the giant shoulder. And he actually stays on there pretty good. Yeah, good luck getting that guy to just flop off. You actually have to work for it, man. It's not exactly the best magnet in the world, but I'm not super worried about losing him if this guy takes a tumble or something. I mean, he probably might come off, but at the same time, like, pick your battles wisely. If you want to display him with Hogarth on the shoulder, do be aware that it's not the best grip in the whole wide world, but I wouldn't be afraid of posing him with Hogarth up there. So do what you want, man. I'm not your freaking dad. And then the last bit of detail I want to point out is the dent on his head. Yes, they actually put the dent in the head, and it looks good. Dude, this entire thing is just freaking beautiful, man. I absolutely love it. Yeah, details, just gold star. Let's move on to articulation, shall we? Starting with articulation, or to start with articulation rather, at the head there is a ball joint, and the head kind of acts as a kind of plug, really. So yeah, of course you can get a full 360 with the head. It can look up, not very far, and down, not very far. And the biggest reason being, time to traumatize some kids. The biggest reason being that light bulb there. So yeah, this light bulb prevents the head from moving very much. And as you can see, the light bulb is just an LED, so yay! And with the head detached, it becomes easier to look at the articulation on the jaw. So yeah, pretty much unlimited range with the jaw. And then if you want to keep it closed, it kind of clicks in, actually. So you don't have to worry about it just accidentally coming open. It just kind of stays closed. So, yeah, that's nice. Unfortunately, I don't think the neck moves, but the arms certainly do. So let's go ahead and get into the arms. And full 360 movement. Yeah, that's very nice. And as you can see, there's a hinge here, so that means his arm can come up pretty dang far, dude. Like a lot further than you would expect it to. He's also got a bicep swivel. Ooh. I haven't posed this thing in a minute. But yeah, bicep swivel. And it's very nice. Yeah, that creaking pretty much stopped immediately. Alright. Nice. And then, as you can see, the arm can bend in. Not super far, a little more than a 90 degree. And then it can also bend the other way, which can lead to some confusion with if you have it on correctly. So yeah, be careful of that. And then you also get that swivel right there. And then because the hands are in a peg, they can swivel as well, but they're also on hinges. So yeah, pretty good articulation there. Moving on to the abdomen. This is also on a ball joint. So here is the range of motion you get with the abdomen. It looks pretty solid. Like it holds poses pretty good. You can go back that far, which if he's standing straight up, hold on. Yeah. And then pretty decent ab crunch. So yeah, really good stuff there. And then of course it can act as a swivel as well should you need it to. So yeah. Moving on to the legs here. These, of course, ball joints. And you can actually see it, so it's not exactly a mystery as to what it is. And of course, depending on how you want to do it, you can get a full 360 there, which is very nice. And now the biggest joint I have an issue with, the knee. I wish this piece right here were deeper, because that's the most you get with the knee bend. You don't even get a 90 degree angle out of that, which is kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. And I don't want to modify it because I love this figure to pieces, so I'm stuck with that. As disappointing as that is, you do get a swivel at the shin, and then moving promptly down the foot, you get a little bit of ankle articulation. And it's not really helped along by this piston, but this piston here is pretty freaking cool, man. I love it. It's so cool. With that being said, articulation, gold star. I guess this leads me into the personal enjoyment segment. I adore this figure, dude. I absolutely freaking love it. I was pretty stoked about it whenever I first saw it, and I just knew I had to have it. $30, not a terrible price for a figure of this stature, man. He's freaking tall. Like, let's get the ruler here. Stands at about 8.5 inches, I guess. So yeah, not very short at all. He's pretty tall. Because I love it, I'm gonna go ahead and say gold star. Yes, it is bias. Yes, my childhood enjoyment of this movie, and this being my absolute favorite movie of all time, has influenced my opinion of this figure. Yes, I think you should get it. So yeah, both personal enjoyment and overall score are gold stars. I don't know if you can still find this guy today, but if you can, absolutely get him. I've been happy to redo this review just because I love this guy so freaking much. I wanted to give him the respect he deserves. So yes, get the Diamond Selects Iron Giant. It's absolutely worth it. $30, you get a Hogarth, you get 6 hands, you get 3 pairs of hands, and you get the Sandwich Shop S, which is really freaking neat. Well, that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.